Hey everybody, welcome back to another Mini Studio Bros episode. Today we have a Broodlord from the Gene Stealer Space Hulk game. Yeah, stay tuned. Here he is, just all primed up. Got a zenithal highlighting going on there. Black on the bottom, white on the top. And next we're going to get into painting him. So for this first step, I wanted to do some more shading on the top of him, so I used some Abaddon black. I'm just trying to show you how many drops I put in there. Not a whole lot, not for this part at least. I'm using my Sotar 2020 from Badger. Excellent little precision brush, airbrush. Yeah, I'm gonna go into the recesses here to try and reestablish a little bit of shading or shadow effects on the top. Kind of the neck area under his arms there, some on the carapace. And you don't have to do this. This is just to give it a little bit of contrast, just slightly, because he will be covered in mostly blue for the most part. But yeah, kind of hit it all over, do what you like, and I'll show you what I do next. Alright, next, just imagine that I hit the record button for Cantor Blue, trying to get it to focus here. But yeah, I forgot to hit record. So just imagine that I put it in the airbrush, and with your imagination, I sprayed them. There, just spray it all over. Next, I'm going to highlight with Caldor Sky. I think that's how you say it. But yeah, I'll show you how many drops. Just a few, because we're just doing the raised areas, or kind of the areas that I kind of want to do for this particular part. When I first start to apply it, I notice there's still a little bit too much water from cleaning out the Cantor, so I kind of spray a little bit out under my booth there, and just start to highlight. This is kind of the knuckle area, forearm area, and then I'll work my way eventually to his shoulders, his biceps, parts of the carapace, his back armor, and I highlight those little, I don't know what those little things are, little high points. But I kind of wanted to show this part here where I got his knee as an example. Really highlighted that guy. And I did this twice. By the time I got to the knee, this part had already dried, so I did it all again, just to bring out that vibrancy of that brighter blue. Next, we're going to get some Gene Stealer purple and paint his head. Now, I cut out most of this because yeah, my big fat hand was in the way. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I covered up a lot of this, so I just decided to cut out. But you're just doing his head. That's all you're doing. Nothing fancy, nothing special. Next, we got a Terminatus stone. And this we're going to do it all over the bones, or the skulls rather. Now, at one point I did try to do some of his claws, but even with this precision airbrush, it just wasn't working out too well for me. But yeah, just kind of hit it all over. Once you're happy with that, we'll move on to the next part. Alright, the next part, I'm going to actually hand brush the claws. Nothing special, just, you know, just thin your paints down. This will be one of the few spots that we hand brush. There will be a few more after this. Do the claws, his teeth, maybe any touch-ups on the skulls if you need it. And this is the same paint, Terminatus stone. Just makes it easy to use the same paint. The fewer paint pots you gotta take out of the rack to use. Yeah, like I said, just work it all over, articulate it everywhere, up, down, all around, in all those spots. Like I said, don't forget the teeth. You gotta paint those too. Once you're happy with that, we'll move on to the next spot. Next, we're gonna get a little color. Looks like this is Vallejo Game Color Tan. But a little bit of color on his tongue. This is the only part I'm going to use this on. I found this technique thanks to one of many techniques, thanks to Duncan from Warhammer. This color is equivalent to Bugman's Glow from Citadel. There's a nice little trick you can do for any kind of irritated fleshy areas, or just a tongue in general, or a mouth, is to apply some of this. And at this point, while that's drying, we're going to use some Vallejo Metallic Black Air. This is some good stuff. I really like this stuff. What we're going to do with that is we're going to apply it all over the base. At this point, I realized that you could speed up the video. So, in my editing, my simpleton editing ways, because I'm not very smart at it. But I guess at this point I can kind of tell you where I got this guy from. I was painting up a bunch of stuff for a friend who's moving away, and this was in his box of stuff from the Space Hulk game. He thought he was going to use the Gene Stealers, but in the end he decided not to for 40k use, because he didn't feel like trying to put them all on 25mm bases. Well, this guy can fit on a base. It's Broodlord. So instead, I said I'm just going to sell them. So I thought, you know what? As a going away gift, a party gift, I guess I'll paint this guy up for him as a surprise. He didn't ask me to do it. I decided to do it, and I had a lot of fun with it. And I'm glad I did it. And in the end, he did enjoy it once I showed it to him. But yeah, next spot. All right, here we finally bring out the Bloodletter glaze. And I'll show you where to put it. Alright, now we're going to apply this to the tongue here. This will help you kind of give more of a warm, fleshy looking color. It makes a nice little touch. At least to me it does. And like I said, this I learned from Duncan. And yeah, once you're happy with that, we'll move on to the next spot. I think I'm going to use it again here in a second. I'll show you what I mean. Alright, now what we're going to do, let's take a little bit more of that Bloodletter glaze and apply it to his eyes. I thought this would be kind of a cool way to give him some nice little contrast to that purple. Just some red eyes, some menacing looking eyes. And I already had the Bloodletter glaze out, so I thought, why not? You can kind of pick whatever color you like. Some kind of ink color is what I like to use, or glaze. But yeah, that's that. Alright, next we're going to use some Druchii Violet from Citadel as well, wash. I'll show you what I do with it. Alright, for this part, what I'm going to do is paint into the little ribbed areas. I'm not really sure what you call these, but they're the splits in his skin, I guess. But yeah, it's ribbed is what it looks like. I just kind of paint into all those little spots throughout the body. This is the only, well, I think into his neck here in a second, but I'll show you that. But yeah, once you get it into all those recessed spots and you're happy with it, of course I got them out of the frame. Wasn't paying attention, was too into it. Yeah, here you kind of see me working on the neck area. Kind of draw the brush stroke towards the head on his left side of his neck. I wasn't thinking and didn't do it that way, so a lot of it pooled. It kind of looked funky. But next we're going to use some bloody red. Not bloody red, heavy red, that's what it's called. And we're going to put this all over the skulls. Not skulls. the Terminator helmets. That's what we're putting it on. Inside the skulls. But yeah, get that painted all up until you're happy with it. So yeah, I think I did a weird little edit there. But yeah, just keep painting it in until you get them all painted. Oh, and don't forget the one in his hand. His rear hand there. Gotta get that boy too. Alright, next we got some Seraphim Sepia. Kind of cut that out too soon. We're going to put this all over the claws. And I guess the skull in his hand as well. I like to use this because it's kind of a warm color. Kind of an orangey or reddish brown for nails. I don't know, teeth, nails, claws. stuff like that. Any kind of bone material or substance. That's what I like to use this on. So yeah, just get it all over, slap it all on there. Get it all, just like I said, with this thing, you got to move it up, down, all around, flip it over, flip it around. You got to move it all sorts of ways with this guy. And once you're happy with that, we'll move on to the next step. Alright, next we got Army Painter Strong Tone. And I decided to give a little bit of a color difference between the figure and the base he's standing on. But we're going to put the Strong Tone in all of the skulls and the helmets as well. Don't forget the one in his hand. Yeah, get that one too. But just slap this all over. You got to kind of poke it into the eyes. I like to use a Citadel wash brush. And I have just other random brushes I use, but I really wanted to use this one for that. Just to kind of reach into those eye sockets and get it all down in there. But yeah, just slap this all over. That's the great thing about Strong Tone, is you just put it all over it. It doesn't matter. It's some pretty good wash. I really like it. So I put some on the skull in his hand as well. Yeah, work that in there till you're happy with it. So yeah, I think I'm pretty much done with this guy now. Now I do a little bit more, and you'll see it in the last picture, that on a whim. But next I'm going to find this handy dandy holder I put this handle into from Green Stuff World. But what I did, I'll go ahead and start saying it, is I used a little bit of Nurgle's Rot and then some Dollar FW inks, fluorescent green, and kind of put it like it was oozing out. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thank you so much. If you liked it, please subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.